Chapter 44. "Who's there?" shouted Cook again. Despereaux wisely said nothing. The kitchen was silent. Said Cook. "Nothing. It's nothing at all, just my nervous Nelly ears, playing tricks on me. You're an old fool," she said. "You're an old fool, being caught making soup." Despereaux slumped against the spool of thread. He leaned there, his heart pounding, his paws shaking. And something wonderful occurred. A midnight breeze danced to the stove and picked up the scent of soup directly into the mouse's nose. Despereaux put his head up in the air. He sniffed. It was lovely, so inspiring. With each sniff he took, he felt himself growing stronger and braver. Cook leaned into the kettle and put the spoon and blew the spoon and brought it to her lips, sipped and swallowed. She said. She took another sip. Missing something. More salt, maybe. She took an enormous salt shaker and sprinkled it into the kettle. And Despereaux, feeling emboldened by the smell of soup, again went to work pushing the spool of thread. Quickly, he said to himself, "Do not think, just push." Cook whirled the salt shaker. "Who goes there?" Despereaux stopped pushing. He stood behind as Cook took the candle and held it up high. "Humph," she said. The candlelight came closer, closer. "What's this?" The light came to rest on Despereaux's big ears, sticking up from behind the spool of thread. "Whose ears are those?" said Cook, and the light from the candle shone in Despereaux's face. A mouse in my kitchen," said Cook. Despereaux closed his eyes. He prepared for his death. He waited, reader, and waited. Then he heard the sound of laughter. He opened his eyes and looked at Cook. "How, said Cook. "For the first time in my life, I'm glad to see a mouse in my kitchen." "Why?" she asked. "Why am I glad to see a mouse?" "'Cause a mouse is not a king's man here to punish me for making soup. That's why. 'Cause a mouse is not a king's man here to take me to the dungeon for owning a spoon. A mouse. I, Cook, am glad to see a mouse." Cook's face was red. Her stomach was shaking. "Oh, she said. "And not just any mouse. A mouse with a needle tied around his waist. A mouse with no tail. Ain't it lovely?" She shook her head and wiped at her eyes. "Look, Mouse, these are extraordinary times, and because of that, we must have some peace between us. I will not ask you what you are doing in my kitchen, and you will not tell anyone what I am cooking." She turned and went back to the stove, set down the candle and picked up the spoon, put it in the pot, and tasted the soup, smacking her lips together. "Not right," she said, "not quite right, missing something." Despereaux did not move. He could not move. He was paralyzed by fear. He sat on the kitchen floor. One small tear fell out of his left eye. He expected Cook to kill him. Instead, reader, she laughed at him. And he was surprised how much her laughter hurt.